it's me, Juliet, owner and creator of Scorpion Goddess Spiritual Healing. Today, we're going to talk about the full moon we have in Leo coming up on the 28th, and then Mercury is going to be in GATORADE or some shit on the 30th. So, before we get everything started, I want to hit my Tibetan bowl to do some cleansing and clearing for you guys to pick up on. I have sage burning right now, which is ethically and sustainably sourced, and if you would like to purchase some, you can through my site on Etsy, which the description box down below will have the link directly to that. My candle sparked up when I did that too. I don't know if you guys heard that. So the energy and my spirit guides are definitely here after that one. So we have a full moon in Leo, which is opposite of Aquarius, which is where the sun is right now. And this full moon is going to bring in a lot of dramatics and a lot of possible, like, saying more than we probably should. I feel like there's a lot of built-up tension from people, so this full moon's going to really kind of bring out saying a lot of stuff and then kind of regretting later on, like, shit, I shouldn't have said that. And that's kind of falling into also the pre-shadow of Mercury being in retrograde that we're in right now, because the full moon is happening 2 days before Mercury actually goes fully into retrograde in the sign of Aquarius. Fun fact too, for 2021, every Mercury retrograde is going to be in an air sign. So this Mercury retrograde will be in Aquarius, since Mercury is currently in Aquarius. But anyways, so people typically get afraid of Mercury retrograde because they're like, oh my god, shit's hit the fan, about to hide under a rock. Now, if you've watched my previous videos, you would know that Mercury retrograde is not a time to be afraid of. It's a time to really reset, redo, rethink, anything. And since Mercury controls our thoughts, ideas, the way we communicate, and even travel, things will be kind of, when it comes to your technology, like, make sure you double check your text messages, that you're sending it to the right person, emails. Make sure you triple save everything too, because technology gets kind of whacked out. These things are to be expected, as also along with car accidents, or like taking the wrong exit on the highway when you're going to work and you're like, how the hell did I do that? I go to work, I take the same route every day, you know, stuff like that happening, more traffic. Things like that will be more prone during Mercury retrograde. So to be aware of those things, but not to be afraid of Mercury retrograde, where it's like, oh my god, my ex is going to hit me up, I should go back with him. And then Mercury retrograde kind of teaches you of, like, lessons you haven't learned fully. So this person from the past is hitting you up, and Mercury's testing you to see, did you learn your lessons of why, you know, you're not with this person anymore? Why are you falling back into the trap? We're testing you. I'm telling you not to do that, and you're doing it anyways. So that's what Mercury retrograde is really about. It's also a time to be careful of not signing anything new during Mercury retrograde, because contracts, again, with communication, that can get really torn into be confusing. A lot of miscommunication happens. So if you're planning on signing a contract, just be extra careful about when you go about it, and just be kind of aware that things may not fully play out the way you had planned. Again, this is not something to be afraid of, just be aware of. And it's also, like I said, a time to really look at, okay, this is where my train of thought has been, this is how I think, these are the ideas that I have, this is how I communicate. What can I do and think about to really up my growth in, like, are these really my thoughts that I have? Are these really my ideas? Am I being influenced by something else? That's what really Mercury retrograde is about. And I always like to say, like, journaling, if you don't have a dream journal or just a regular journal you write in, or even like a retrograde journal, you can totally purchase one of those and use this time to, like, write about what's happened to me during this Mercury retrograde, what's going on. And then when it ends and the after shadow period ends, and then we have the next Mercury retrograde come up, you know, you can kind of look back in your journal and be like, oh wow, like this is what happened this time, and this is how I'm being tested further on. So again, going back to the full moon in Leo, things are going to be pretty dramatic because Leo is all about center stage, leading with the heart, and being, you know, dramatic. So this full moon is going to kind of bring out a lot of that, because we're also going to have some planets, Mars and Uranus, squared off, which is like tension and surprises. And with it being in the sign of Taurus, Uranus being in Taurus, it's going to show like stubbornness, frustration kind of happening around this full moon, because they're all aligning. And then we have Jupiter also aligning with the moon during the full moon, so it's going to really expand the dramatics and kind of the chaos and the energy of that day. Jupiter just kind of basically like makes things, like if you zoomed in on something, that's what Jupiter does. It zooms in on like the issues and makes them bigger. So be aware that things may not be as big as a deal as the full moon may be making them feel, because again, Jupiter is aligning with the moon that day. So these are things to be kind of aware of. And full moons are always about releasing, ending of a cycle, letting go of what no longer serves a purpose. So this is a great time to really write down, if you do your full moon meditation in Leo, just whatever you get from your meditation of like, this is what I'm ready to let go of when I'm getting in my meditation, then writing that down 1 to 3 times on a piece of paper, and then burning it, because now you're releasing and letting it go quickly, because that's what really fire magic does, is it releases things instantly. It's fast acting. And with that being said, let's get into, my nose is itching, so yeah, big messages. Procrastination is an issue for this week. Getting things, delays, all that is a big issue for this week. So let's see what the cards have to say. That's channeled message I've been getting all day. Is procrastination is going to be an issue, and I know for me that's definitely something I've been frustrated with all day today, and I'm trying to break through. Let's see what the message of the week for the collective is for everybody. What is the message for this week? What is the energy that's happening this week? Ha 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 ha. Let me move this deck. So we got King of Wands, 7 of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. So yeah, really procrastinating. We need to really tap into, there's gonna be procrastination. Things are happening a lot slower than we wanted. But we're still, I said 7 of Pentacles, I meant 8 of Pentacles, sorry. See, because miscommunication, I'm thinking too fast, I'm going too fast. But we have the King of Wands, action, things happening quick. So that's why I said 7 of Pentacles. Anyway, so we're going to be focusing on kind of taking a step back and realizing we're in charge, and tapping into also the Queen of Swords energy of like cutting through the bullshit. We don't have time for this. We need to just kind of cut through any, tapping into that Aquarius energy. Like, I don't have time to deal with this. I need to be progressive. I don't have time to really deal with like the emotional aspects. I'm business, logic, focus only. And we have the Pentacles right here talking about working hard work. But things are kind of happening slowly. So that's tying into Mercury being in retrograde. And then we have the King of Wands, and that's talking about really owning your part in things, and owning like, I'm in charge of what's happening, and the choices that I make is what really is going to lead down the path that I want. So things are going to be happening again slowly, a slow path, but it's really like redirecting that type of procrastination energy. And I mean, like I said, with the whole Mercury retrograde, taking a step back, resetting, redoing, things maybe not falling in a line as how you planned, but things are going to be falling in place the way they're meant to be, because it's like, okay, this is a time to really step back and realize, all right, how do I get my ducks all in a row? What can I do? Focus. Don't let anything really come and get into my way, and realize that like whatever's happening, like it's in divine timing. I'm in charge of myself and how I react to things. But the universe is in charge, and just kind of falling in line with that, but then realizing like I'm in charge of myself and everything that happens around me. I'm getting everything that happens around me is just what it is, and I'm always in control of myself. That's what this energy is talking about right here. So I'm going to pull, I'm using the good old Rider-Waite Smith deck, and now I'm going to pull from my God and Moon Tarot just to clarify like the energy of this week. What are some of the messages, the collective, that we can hear for this week? Eight of Cups, releasing, letting go, moving on, emotional things, emotional ties, things being dramatic, and realizing I cannot continue in this spot. I need to move on to something else. Releasing, letting go. Talking again about the full moon. That's what that's about. Moving on. And we have 2 8s right here. 8 and 8. So, ha, ha, ha. Hanged Man. The Hanged Man. Again. Ha! Yo, I love when my cards do this. I always get so excited when it's like, everything I'm saying, it's like, didn't I already say this, you guys? The universe is always in charge. Things are happening in divine timing. Things are happening at a slow pace. We're putting in the work, but we have to remember it's time to slow down and also observe what's happening around us and just being. Oh my goodness, literally just being. This is coming in as more as advice for this week. Let's see what some other messages that we can hear as a collective for this week, the energy for this week. Shit. Too many cards fell, doesn't count. What is the message here for this week? Queen. So we have 2 queens right here. 2 queens. This is really tapping into your like feminine energy. Some of you may even be dealing with, there's mad fire energy too, which is kind of funny because with the Leo full moon. So some of you may be Leos watching this and really tapping into something new, a project that you've been working on, or maybe you're working with a fire sign or somebody who is a Leo, and really tapping into owning your shit and stepping into this new phase of what you have created. I'm seeing a lot of creative energy happening too. But again, things are happening at a slower pace than what you would want. But that's because it's time to really perfect and go over things, go over the details, stuff that you've been working on. I'm going to go back to this deck and see what are some other messages we need to hear. Okay. 8 of Swords. The only 3 8s. We have 3 8s. Oh my goodness. You are the only one stopping yourself. You are the only one stopping yourself. You need to again, slow down. Things aren't supposed to happen at the speed and rate that you want them to happen, because there's a bigger picture down the road, basically, that you're going down. This thing you've been working on, this relationship, this person, where you're at in your life, stuff isn't happening as fast as you want, because things don't happen overnight. They don't happen in a week. They take time. That's literally what this is saying. Things take time. Things take time. You need to slow down, but you also need to realize you're the only person stopping yourself. You are the only person in the way this week. Stop getting in the way of yourself and let go. The Hanged Man. You need to let go. Stop trying to be in charge of everything. You can't be in charge of everything. Again, like I said, the universe is what's in charge. The only thing you're in charge of is yourself. You need to tap into owning and being in charge of yourself and cutting through the bullshit and owning it. That's what really all this stuff is talking about. So all in all, I feel like it's going to be a week of being challenged, but more of internal stuff that's going to be challenging us versus outside things. Well, outside things challenging us, but like how we handle it internally is what the real challenge is going to be. And realizing that we need to kind of take a step back and be like, what's happening is out of my control, but what I can control is how I go about things with myself and the things that I'm working on in my life. Now I want to pull Daily Crystal, and let's see what some messages are from this deck for this week. What are some messages for this week? Clear the clutter, selenite. Clear the clutter. Yep, so full moon. Full moons are all about releasing, clearing your space. So this is a good week to really declutter your space, get rid of old items, go through your clothes, get rid of stuff that you don't wear anymore. If you not worn it since like last 2020, get rid of it. Have you not seen this toy or, you know, whatever it is, item in your house, get rid of it. This is a time to really clear the space in your house, clean out, do like a spring cleaning kind of thing this week. Really just declutter, clean your space, clear everything out that just doesn't belong. Reorganization that helps to getting rid of old stuff, releasing, getting rid of old energy so you can bring in new stuff. You can't bring in new stuff without getting rid of old things, because you need to make space. If you're trying to manifest and create new things in your life, this is the time to release it so you can bring in new things. That's what the full moons are all about. That's what this is talking about. And then we have support is all around you. Support is all around you. It's funny, I'm picking up on the throat chakra too. I feel like speaking is going to be like a big thing this week, challenging on like having people coming up and like trying to challenge like how you speak and respond to things. Somebody's going to be testing you this week. You didn't put on all this work for nothing. You're not the same person you used to be. Don't respond how you would have used to respond. You don't need to respond. You don't. And it's funny because I was talking to a friend earlier and I was getting channeled messages, but it's like, it's sometimes like specific messages can be for specific people, but also relate to the collective as well. And this is really saying like, you have support around you. The people that are not giving you the same energy that you put out to them, why are you giving it to them? They don't give a fuck about you. Why do you care about them? Why do you care what they think? Support's all around you. It's time to clear out these people. You get rid of them. Get rid of them. And you don't even need to explain why. You don't. So that's where the throat chakra is coming in. Maybe saying too much. You know, try to take a step back and be like, do I really need to say all this stuff to this person who clearly doesn't give a shit about me? No, you don't. You can write about it unless you really want to say something, but then you might end up kind of be putting your foot in your own mouth. That's what I'm getting. So support is all around you. Go to a close friend, a therapist, family member, soul, spirit, family, tribe, vibe. Speak to them about whatever issue it is that you've been having instead of kind of going berserk and crazy on this person, because remember the full moon in Leo is going to make things amplified and more dramatic than they will actually be. Practice patience. Practice patience. I don't even need to explain that one. This is a good week to really meditate. If you guys don't meditate, it is a good week to stop meditating. I'm getting for meditating on the root chakra because we're going to be getting uprooted and feeling kind of like energies being all over the place, not feeling grounded. So work on the root chakra. Also, of course, the heart chakra, because Leo is ruling this area of the heart. So meditating and focusing on the root and the heart chakra and connecting these two would be really good to do as well. So when you kind of, you know, get to that place of like, oh, I'm feeling emotional and I need to just say all these things and let these things out, you're going to feel grounded. So you're going to feel like, I may be having these feelings, but I'm like kind of letting these thoughts that I'm having, I'm observing them, thanking them, saying goodbye, and saying a positive affirmation to myself. And see where that gets you when you come into some type of like inner conflict with someone this week. Because like I said, I feel like somebody's going to be testing you guys. Now we're going to pull Angels and Ancestors cards. Inside this box says, I set the intention that whatever is gained from the lessons learned from this tool will be dedicated to the growth of all beings in all places. I feel like somebody needed to hear that. So let's see, what is a message we need to hear from our ancestors and angels? Mountain, stand your ground. Did I not just say focusing on the root chakra and grounding? Stand your ground. Be as the mountain. Strong and sturdy and grounded. Like literally a mountain. Nothing can knock you down because you are so stable and so grounded from within your being. We have the Knight. Be brave and honest. Be honest with yourself. Be the mountain, being strong and sturdy. Be honest and true to yourself. Don't people please. Don't say, yes, I'm gonna do this because you want to please somebody. Do it because it feels right to you. And it's okay to take things back. If you agree to do something, but you feel in your spirit this isn't the right thing to do, be honest with yourself and don't do it then. Then we also have, Sky Father, trust in the unknown. This is going back to the Hanged Man, realizing you're not in control. Just be. Let things be as they are. Let things be. Let things be as they are. Trust in divine timing. Things are working out the way they're supposed to be, and sometimes we need things like Mercury retrograde to come in and kind of smack us around a little bit to let us know, like, hey, you still haven't learned your lesson. What is wrong with you? Redo these things. Rethink these things. Trust that I know what's best for you. Not me. I'm talking about, the universe, spirits, whatever it is that you believe in, the higher power. He knows what's best for you. Now I'm going to pull from the Moonology deck to see, since we have a full moon in Leo, what is the energy of the full moon? What is some guidance we need to know with this full moon in Leo this week? I feel like my cards don't even want to say anything. Got it. Ha! Full moon in Aries, fiery climax approaches. So this is literally an ending, something fiery. We're already going to be in Leo, so fire energy. It is a fire sign. Things are going to be strong. They're going to be passionate. They're going to be dramatic. It's going to be big. It's going to be bam, because it's going to be in Leo. So expect, like I said, it's going to be big. It's going to be dramatic in the beginning of the video. So just be aware that this is going to be a pretty big full moon, and it can be dramatic, but I mean, dramatic doesn't always have to be a negative thing too. It can be a positive thing. Things could be like really big and exciting. So keep that in mind as well. It doesn't have to be something bad. And then we have literally new moon, a new status coming. So it's like the universe is really challenging us to do new things, step out of our comfort zones. My nose is mad itchy. We need to step out of our comfort zones. I mean, this is 2021, then rounding off to number 5. 5s are about challenges, shifts, changes, and this full moon is in Leo, so it's going to make things a lot bigger and, test us to be like, are you ready? Are you ready for these blessings and things you've been manifesting? Well, I'm about to challenge the hell out of you and get you real uncomfortable to move you into the next phase of what you want your life to look like. All right, if you guys like this video, please make sure you give me a thumbs up and you're subscribed to my channel. If you would like to book a one-on-one reading with me, you can do so by clicking down the link below to my Facebook page. If you'd like to purchase some products, you can also do that. And my Etsy store, all the links are down below. And I will see you guys again next week. Bye!